Hello, this is the Grey Nerfer and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be deciding which is the best Nerf pistol. So I'm here with
Aiden and Jared and the Grey Nerfer.
And today we're going to be deciding which is the best pistol. So we've got special needs guns, which are things like split strike, dual strike, and really guns that are kind of anti-orthodox and really kind of weird. Then we've got micro pistols, things like Triad, Jolt, the Star Wars gun, which isn't really anything, and this fire strike. And then we've got more practical, kind of larger size guns in the category, like revolvers and the Magnus we've got here as well. And we've also got the hammer shot, which is another revolver. So we're gonna do this. So Aiden's gonna take on the special needs, Jared's gonna do revolvers and big guns, and I'm gonna take on the small guns. So let's cut to Aiden on special needs guns.
So, I've got the special needs pistols, which is stuff like strange pistols. Like the dual strike, it's got this and you just split it apart. Pretty strange, I'd say. You've got stuff like this, which has a chainsaw with no battery and a little lever thingy. We've got this, which is definitely different. It's not really an elite or a mega, it's kind of both. And we've got this, which has nothing special, it's just really, no one really likes it, and it's just really inconvenient. So, I will start with the dual strike. The dual strike is probably my personal favorite strange gun. It is really cool. It classifies as one gun, even though it is secretly not. You can split it apart. You can hook onto these things and you can shoot easily without having to use your fingers and be really inconvenient. So it's probably my favorite, but it also does have a few cons, like the handle is incredibly uncomfortable when you split it apart. Together it's quite nice, but splitting apart it's really bad. So I wonder if they could fix that in the future and make it connect by somewhere other than the handle. Another con is it would have been really cool if they could have made an attachment rail there when you put it together, but it even looks like they were about to, but they were just like, let's not do this. It costs more money, like 5 cents in plastic. So yeah, so I think that is it for the dual strike. Let's move on to another dual gun. This is the split strike. Now I'm on to the dual strike. Now I'm on to
Please make it a little faster and you
Now I'm on to the dual strike. This gun is cool because it has a little lever that can go to elite and mega darts. It doesn't really have an elite, mega, or it doesn't really have its own class. It's more of a strange gun. You can pull the lever and it goes to either dart. So let's get straight on to the pros and cons on this. Pros, it's got an attachment rail which you can, I don't know, add a super scope to. It's got this really nice lever, unlike these or this, which is like that. This one actually has places for your finger, and I think this is really nice. It's probably my favorite kind on these kind of pistols. The next one, actually that's all I can think about it. Let's get on to the cons. The cons are that it's really bulky. I bet they could have slimmed this down a little bit. It doesn't really take that much. But what do I know? I'm no mechanic. And yeah, I'd probably never use this in a Nerf war. It's just too bulky and weird for me. It doesn't even have a clip-on rail. Next is the Zombie Strike Crosscut. This gun is actually a really cool gun. It's got 2 ammo holders here. It's got quite a nice handle and quite a nice cocking mechanism. But the weird thing about it is this chainsaw. It would be cooler if you hold down a button and it spun. That would have been way cooler. But otherwise it is, but with this you have to push down this lever, which is really far away for me at least, and it is just like kind of annoying. The last one, the Ion Fire. This is probably my least favorite one. It's so big and bulky for literally something that a Jolt can do better and faster and smaller. It's got this, it's got this, it's just so annoying. you have to take out a bullet, you have to load it through here, put it forward, and then shoot. And it's not even good at that either. I don't think there is any pros about it. It's kind of like a pistoler's way to get into a primary war where you can add a stock and a barrel. It's just really not nice at all. That's about all I have to say about this gun. So yeah, next, now that I'm done with this, we can now go on to the micro pistols.
So I'm here with the micro pistols. Things like the Jolt, Triad, Fire Strike, and Star Wars Blaster. These are really the most relevant. There are many more, but these are just the ones we selected. So Jolt and Triad kind of fall into the same category. Things like, because they're pretty much the same thing, pull down from the bottom and shoot. This is probably the most practical of the bunch because it carries 3 darts, and unlike this one, which is obviously a bit comfortable to use and has a laser for accuracy, it is a lot larger and a bit harder to carry. The only problem I have with this gun, darts, actually they slip out, so sometimes the air restrictors inside will push the darts out, and if they're a flimsy dart then they'll just fall out. And sometimes if you're running, and you'll run over and then you'll pull back and shoot, and then you'll realise you have no darts in there because they all fall out. And that's the only problem with this gun. On the other hand is the Jolt, which is probably the smallest of the Nerf guns in the whole world. This is the tiniest gun, just 1 dart in there, super simple, pull back, shoot. You can really have heaps of these. We've got about 5, elite one, another coloured one. I think we've got like the 2, and we've got 2 of the original Jolt, the orange one somewhere. So yeah, and this is probably really the most simple, and you're really not going to go wrong with this. Same thing happens though, sometimes the darts do fall out. Star Wars Blaster, not really much to say about this one, but I would not recommend it. Very large, does have a tactical rail, but on a pistol you really have no need for it unless you're storing extra darts. Pull back like that, shoot, and it actually is quite weak compared to things like the Jolt and Fire Strike, and also the Triad, pretty much the weakest of the bunch. So you put 1 dart in, pull back, and it's very big, and wouldn't recommend it at all. Fire Strike, really the most comfortable and ergonomical of the bunch. Tactical rail for storing extra darts, 2 inserts in there for storing extra darts. The only problem is you do have to pull back and put your dart in, as opposed to the Triad, where you do have to store the darts in there, and they do sometimes pop out. The same thing happens here, but I think that's just all insert front Nerf guns. But probably my 2 favourite, these 2, would not probably have the Jolt, and these just in my pocket or something, and if it's a limited dart war, but probably if I had my selection, probably just these 2. So now we are on to Jared with the revolvers and larger guns. Let's go, Jared. Okay, so it's me again. I came back from editing, and it turns out that Jared is a really, really bad presenter. I'll give you just some of the clips right now from what he did.
So the hammer shot is a 5-shot revolver with hammer action, and it's got a tactical rail. You can slam fire it really easily by just going. Stop shaking your heads.
So I am here to look at all the different blasters, things like distributor, hammer shot, and the Magnus. So first one is the hammer shot. So 5-round drum revolver, logos here, pretty cool looking, easy to spin, so you can spin it like this, pull back from the top and shoot. These are very easy to dual wield, but they are quite big to carry on you, so you can't really carry them in your pocket, and you kind of need a designated area on your body to carry them. The next one is the distributor. So 6-round drum, distributor logo right there, and it's a pullback action here, so you can slam fire like by holding down the trigger, pulling back and shooting. So yeah, very, very nice gun. Probably actually my favourite, and you can dual wield these as well, because these little hooks can actually hook onto the thing and pull it back on these little notches here, but I don't think that really works very well. And it also shoots probably the best out of all our guns, and has held up the best, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but we have dropped this gun quite a few times, and it is very well held up to the abuse and still shoots amazingly. Next one is the Magnus Mega Gun, holds 3 bullets, pull back, load in the top here. You probably already know, it's quite an old gun. It's very big, very bulky, and obviously it has the mega bullets, which is a pro or a con, depending on how you look at it, because these things really are inaccurate, because they've got that little hole in them. They go like when you're shooting them, they go like, so it's just really not very good. But for these guns, I'd probably recommend the distributor for the reason 6-round drum, easy to load, and pretty much is better than these two. If not, the hammer shot, but I would not use the Magnus in Nerf War. 2's low ammo and 2 inaccurate. So let's cut back to the outside over there and let's go for the outro. So I think probably the most practical gun is this one or the Fire Strike down there. So I'd like to say thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.